For the trail here at Gordon Long Park runs right along Skull Creek, and you can already see here the water is already moving up onto this trail. Mark Lewis faces first-degree murder charges after police say he killed his 2-week-old son. It happened in these Prairie Grove apartments here just behind me, and one woman says she was here last night when the grandmother and mother arrived at home to find the baby dead on the couch. You're wondering where I am. We are inside one of these makeshift homes these students will be living and sleeping in. We haven't had any snowfall for the past couple of hours. And you can see here behind me, I-49 is looking pretty good. Drivers really aren't having any problems there, but the ice is another story. I'm currently standing on a complete sheet of ice right now, guys. Tell me about some of the hot ticket items that you have with you. Before you hit the road, mechanics recommend having an emergency bag in your car that has things like extra clothes, shoes, an ice scraper, and things to keep yourself warm, like extra blankets. This area here is known as Tornado Alley, and Oklahoma is in the thick of it with 47 tornadoes a year. But new research shows this line may be shifting to our backyards. Today was the day of what you could call the now infamous event, the fight at the water tower in Bentonville. Now, spoiler alert, there was no fighting. You're a senior, so you've been doing this for a couple years. What's it like to live and to sleep in these homes for the night? A 2-week-old baby boy found dead.
I walked out of my house and see rescue squads walking up and a woman screaming on the phone. The baby's dead. The baby's dead. He left the baby alone. The baby's dead. You've got to get him.
The officers say that's what they did, but were ignored.
The mayor has seen his behavior. The city prosecutor has seen his behavior. I let the city prosecutor listen to a recording that I have where Cat quoted, "I'll tell you what to do with that pill bottle. Shove it up your dumb mother." He said that in front of a police clerk and myself.
During our investigation, we uncovered recorded conversations of Mayor Bill Edwards talking about a complaint lasting over a year. Here's his response.
I got another one I got to deal with, too. I got an officer made a complaint I got to deal with. He gave me a dialogue of complaints over a year.
That's the mayor laughing. I went to the mayor's office to ask him about these allegations and the recorded conversations. Do you have any comment on any of that?
We're letting our city attorney take care of this.
I then reached out to the city attorney, who didn't return all 3 calls I made to him. Thursday night in these apartments just here behind me, Dakota Harvey shot 2 people, leaving 1 dead. I sat down with the survivors today who say their lives are forever changed because of the monster who took their best friend and girlfriend's life. Just a few hours ago, Amy Harrison walked into this courtroom and faced her attacker. After pleading guilty, he will now serve 50 years, a sentence Harrison says was well worth the wait. And now, Peyton, I have to show you this shirt that they made. I had to get one to commemorate the day. Only $10. And 8 of it is going to go to help the Northwest Arkansas Women's Shelter. And they sold so many that they're going to be selling them on Monday in store, which is crazy.
I looked up and I see the bullets flying, and I heard 2 more, and I didn't know what was happening. I was just screaming.
A breakup turned deadly.
I thought everyone inside was dead because there were so many gunshots. And I had seen what he'd done to Alexis. So I thought the worst had happened to Shay.
21-year-old Courtney Willie, also known as Shay, and 22-year-old Dakota Harvey dated for almost 2 years. She says after years of abuse, Willie decided she had enough.
He didn't like other people making me happy. He was very angry almost all the time, no matter what I did.
After Willie kicked him out of the home, that's when things escalated. Harvey returned with a gun, shooting Willie in the leg and killing 20-year-old Elizabeth Dawson, also known as Alexis.
When you opened the door, it's what pushed me and Alexis into the kitchen. And I tried to kick the door shut, but he was already inside. Before I was unfrozen, he had time to shoot her.
According to the victims, 5 rounds were shot. After sitting in the silence, Willie knew something wasn't right.
5 seconds passed, and I realized nobody was screaming. It was just me, so I thought that they were dead. And I crawled out of the room because I wanted him to kill me, too.
Willie and Dawson were secretly seeing each other in fear of Harvey's retaliation. And now Willie says she must live without the love of her life.
Every second is so hard because I see her everywhere I go, and I hear her voice every time I do anything.
Harvey and Willie's relationship had a pattern of abuse. She says she was finally happy when she found Dawson.
She would knock down every barrier I had.
She made every day better. I never thought I could see Shay as happy as she was with Alexandria.
In just a few minutes, everything changed for these two girls.
We're the Powerpuff Girls.
But they will continue on to find the dreams they shared with Alexis.
I know that I can't see her, but I know that she's around somewhere.
For 5-year-old Dominic, his one wish was to meet a white tiger in person. Today, he got a special visit from some of the residents here at the Turpentine Creek Wildlife Refuge. Last week, we were the first to tell you about discrimination complaints filed toward Lieutenant Keck and why officers say they aren't surprised by his behavior. An exclusive video you'll only see on KNWA News at 10. Keck tased a suspect while on duty at the Springdale Police Department, a move that supervisors say was unwarranted.
Try me one more time and I'll lock you up. Sit down.
That's Lieutenant Anthony Keck in exclusive video tasing a suspect back in 2012 while he worked for the Springdale Police Department. Keck reportedly told the suspect to sit down or he would be tased. He says the suspect then shrugged his shoulders and raised his hands as to insinuate, so what? That's when Keck tased him. One sergeant says his actions were not compliant and, quote, questionable at best.
Before I head out of here, I want to take on this bad boy as well. So live in Bentonville, Katie Davila, Fox 24 News.